Hey everybody, this is just a goodbye video to Chris Johnson. Seeing that he retired earlier today. Uh, One of my favorite Titans players, and I don't expect anybody to really pay attention to this video at all, but I just wanted to pay my respects to the man for 6 years of just electrifying running back talent. I know once he went to the Jets in Arizona, he had a little time there where he kind of tried to revive himself, but he just didn't do the same as he did in Tennessee, and that was with nobody. Yeah. So here's a couple of the autographs, a one-on-one plate I got. Nice game used patch card. Some of my favorite cards right now, the rookie chrome. Just a couple of the numbered cards I got. Two of these, the 25. These rookies from Rookies to Stars. Also to 25. Certified to 20. Chris Johnson. Two game used Spectra patches. Another rookie patch. I mean, I don't got a lot of hits of them. There ain't a lot on eBay, really. But, and yeah, it was only 6 years, but like I said, for having pretty much no quarterback, no other talent or anything like that around him, it kind of like defeats the purpose of, when people say, well, they have no line or this or that. Like the Tennessee Titans line wasn't the greatest. It's just certain guys can make things happen. And for 6 years, he was a guy who could just make things happen, regardless of talent. I mean, he's like an Adrian Peterson type. There was a little span where, Adrian Peterson or Chris Johnson, those were like the two futures of the NFL, stuff like that. And I don't know what his overall career stats were. I knew he had around 10,000 all-purpose yards with the Titans, and that's in 6 years. So that is pretty darn good, if you ask me. Yeah, he became one of either 5 or 6 guys in 2009 to run for 2,000 yards in a season, not total yards rushed for. Like one of 5 or 6 guys. It might be 6, but either way, really think about that. That guy, who is pretty much a nobody, and 98% of football fans, eyes or their memories of great running backs. Is this guy a Hall of Famer? No. I know they'll look at that kind of stuff, but for the years that he was in Tennessee, he was quite the athlete. Had the fastest 40 time in the combine until John Ross beat it just a couple years ago. Super fast. I mean, and he could run you over. I mean, for being a lean guy, I think his speed just created power and, But like I said, in 2009, he rushes for 2,000. And all 6 years he was with Tennessee, there was no season that he did not rush for over 1,000. I know it was about 1,300 one year, 1,500 another year. I mean, just crazy stats. And that's not even counting the receiving yards, because in 6 years, he had roughly 8,000 yards rushing and 2,000 yards receiving, which is just, for when he played just a little bit ago, a few years back, not a lot of running backs they weren't your Camaros or Caffreys or, these running backs that catch 7, 8, 9 balls out of the backfield every game. We just used him. I did get to watch him play in real life, and I had him on my fantasy team, and we went down to Tennessee when they played the 49ers, because my wife's a Niners fan. They beat the crap out of us, but, he had I think 73-yard touchdown reception. He just ended up finding a hole and it was a blowout game, junk time points, but the dude could just fly. So I did get to see him, which, obviously I couldn't see Eddie George or, McNair play. Or I've seen, yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, I just want to do a little, basically, goodbye to Mr. Johnson, because you haven't been on the Titans for quite some time, but for some reason I always wished, it's kind of like, you know, some guys collect certain guys, and I'm not going to collect a card in a certain uniform, obviously, of Chris Johnson, but, you know, Packer Cards 87, he has that thing with Jordy Nelson, you know, he just hopes he does well in other places, and that is exactly what I thought with him when he had good games with the Jets and the Cardinals for the short given time he was there. I wished him the best. For some reason, he was the first jersey I bought. And, yeah, I really like this dude. So, yeah, that's all I got. So, Chris Johnson, again, 6 years. I know it's short. I mean, you can come and go in the NFL as fast as anybody. RG3, all these kind of, you know, all these guys just come and go. But thank you. It was awesome. Love watching you play. Wish we had just kept you around. But as, you know, anything else, the money becomes issues and stuff like that, which if you're going to get paid, you're going to get paid. But it was pretty awesome, man. You did pretty well, I thought. So, as always, guys, one of 6 guys run for 2,000 yards. Just think about that. Tennessee Titan did it. Eat it. See you guys. Go Titans.